Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we have a 1 versus 1 on Bell Tower Ruins. Over in the Thousand Suns corner we've got Ryndill, Blackfyre. And over in the Death Guard corner we have got ButtPirate. ButtPirate will be going for a Poxwalker Slave, double Nurgle Cultist squads and a Temple of Disease. Whereas the Thousand Suns are going to go for a couple of Thrall Wizards, a Sorcerer Lord, Warp Gate and a Rune Scribe Construct. So custom map today. It's a very interesting one, might I add. It's got like a little critical location over here on an island of its own, surrounded by some negative cover. We've got a dominant feature in the middle of the map in the form of this tower guarding this little relic with lots of narrow corridors to get lost in, and it opens up a little bit over on the south side with a critical location and a strategic point. And yeah, and the base got loads of these little terrain features over here, so lots and lots of very diverse map, I would say. Very open, very narrow in different places. So yeah, cool, nice one. We've got some Nurgle cultists going out, capturing their bits and bobs. 3 in total by the looks of things. Going to go for their Plague Lord as well as we open up. Warp Gate about to be finished. Sorcerer Lord on the way. So with a Warp Gate, I imagine that there's a potential for some Rubric Marines. While not all that ideal in the damage dealing department, they are quite tanky. Which, I mean, I suppose we'll go toe-to-toe with these Nurgle squads. They are known for their tankiness themselves. Cultists just capturing the furthest strategic point right smack bang in the middle of the map. These will be the contested points that will be fought over quite a lot during this matchup, so ideal to get those as quickly as you like. Thrall Wizards coming out, seeing if they can bash these Nurgle cultists, and while these are builders, they can capture bits and bobs. Kamehameha-ing that cultist up into the air. Listening post instantly being popped on there to prevent a decap, so that's a good one. There we go, some Rubric Marines. Don't normally see these when we've done our Thousand Suns casts in the past before. Very lovely, delicious looking unit, I might add. Love the Egyptian aesthetic. Yeah, in the past we normally see a whole smorgasbord of Screamers coming out, but double Rubric Marines, so that's cool. Sorcerer Lord moving forward on the field. Going to be caught by this Plague Lord as well. It's a Lord on Lord action. Poxwalker Slave managing to get this listing post up before the Sorcerer Lord can push him away, throwing out some Eldritch Tendrils. We'll be going for a Demon Summoning spell research. Do believe he's got a selection of 12 spells that he can choose from, but being allowed to have 3 in total. They'll be able to summon a demon, which is quite a useful unit in all things considered. Plague Lord just going to go at range of these Rubric Marines. Quite slow at the beginning of the game, like we said, don't do all that much damage, but can be upgraded to do a decent amount of damage as and when they please. Nurgle cultists capturing his critical location over yonder. And it's a bit of a lazy fight at the moment. Not too exciting, not too dynamic. 1 Rubric Marine does go down. Lesser Zinch spawn has been summoned. We'll slowly but surely waddle over towards that Plague Lord, and then decide to go off on a bit of a journey. Where are you going, Lesser Zinch spawn? I don't know if that's a papping issue. Don't know if that's what was intended. Ryan is asking what the hell is the summon doing, so I imagine that the Zinch himself has decided to throw a curveball towards the Sorcerer Lord. Decided to make his Zinch spawn a little bit remedial, but that's okay. We will forgive him. Yes. These dudes are going to engage in close combat. Staff versus sword. And while the Plague Lord should, in theory... In fact, actually, no, the Sorcerer Lord does a significant more amount of damage in close combat than the Plague Lord, so... Yeah, interesting. Will be supported by some Plague Marines, 4 in total. Plague Lord sting a little bit too long, will get taken down, but does look like that the Sorcerer Lord might also be sent the same way back to the Eye of Terror, no doubt. Double Rubric Marines, slowly but surely chunking away at this listening post. What's going on in the bases at the moment? Got our gift repository on the go. More Scourge generators. Listening posts all the way up into the middle. Going to capture that relic in the middle are the Death Guard. Dark Library, a couple more Rune Scribe constructs. Lots and lots of Eldritch Bolt's going down, but then the Sorcerer Lord has been taken back home. Plague Marines standing firm. Cultists not close enough to really do any damage at the moment. Only one dude firing around with his shotguns. Might want to move those guys. There we go. Move them in a little bit closer. Plague Marines doing a fair bit of tanking against these rubrics. But the rubrics do look like they're slowly but surely getting their task done. Does seem, are there three units in total? 3 units of Rubric Marines, possibly. They will slowly but surely send these Plague Marines packing. Cultists as well will probably also want to get out of dodge for a little while. The sheer massive infantry being able to slowly but surely whittle their way through the fleshy pulp of the Marines. Runic armour going on for the Thousand Sons will increase the general badness of these Rubric Marines. These guys have not been pushed off, surprisingly. That is surprising. Decided to fall back a little bit. Plague Lord now back out on the field. Got some Plague Marines, well, some more Plague Marines and Tier 2 for the Death Guard. Any Tier 2 going for these guys? Yeah, they're going to go for their Crucible of Augury. Not regaining their Sorcerer Lord. These Thousand Sons deciding to leave this northern point alone. It is already backed up once again by a upgraded listening post. So they are deciding to pursue a different avenue. Going to see if they can deny this relic in the middle of the map. 80 and 36 compared to the 110 of 20. So blue money for the Death Guard, green money for the Thousand Sons. Does look like they'll be able to take down this listening post. Don't think it was finished because the Poxwalker was killed. What are the Plague Marines going to do in response? They are just going to kind of just chill out over here. Going to get some more Plague Marines over yonder. Going to get a Plague Marine champion in their midst. Relic being taken out. Not sure if these Rubric Marines can take relics or listening posts. They have a vehicle cap increase, so that does imply that the the Thousand Sons will try and get some vehicles on the go some point soon. Thrall Wizards catch these Nurgle squads moving forward. Rubric Marines will have to respond in some way to defend their base. This listening post over here has been left to their own devices. So Nurgle has been very aggressive in this early game, capturing their bits and bobs as quick as you like. Silver Spire firing away with its Dark Lightning, flanking squad of Thousand Sons, going to be upgrading themselves with their Infernal Ball ammunition, which will do a good chunk of damage. You can already see that these Nurgle cultists being brought down low. Yeah, these Plague Marines will not want to contend with triple Plague Marines with their Runic Bolts. Even with their disgustingly resilient armour, they won't be able to stand all that much of a chance at range unless they get something in the way of close combat to tie these guys up. Not much as of yet. They are going to go for a Plague Havoc squad. Fighting fire with fire, so to speak. What's going on here? We do have a Occult Forge going on. Pretty slow builders are these Thrall Wizards, much like the Dark Eldar. They just kind of just pop down a building and let it build itself. A Ferrum Infernus Dreadnought will be summoned for the Thousand Sons. So these Havocs, though, will be an ideal response to such a vehicle. Going to go for some Putrid Missiles as well, which will add to the anti-vehicle nature of these Havocs. Bolt is trying to pester this relic, but will be chased off by these Rubric Marines. At the moment, it's a game of airy denial. But the Thousand Sons will have to, at some point, try and contend one of these listening posts if they want to claw back some sort of economy. Oh, I like that. You can go over onto this ledge from the middle, so if there's any like close-range combat units over here, you can just sit on this ledge and defend it from the high ground. As opposed to this southern strategic point, you can't really do the same. So map diversity, that's what we like. do absolutely love this unit. It's just the way it walks. It's very janky, very good. It's got like a little runic symbol at the bottom. Just a wonderful aesthetic. Now we are going to see the Death Guard pushing back into the base, more or less. We have a heavy bolter pillar being built up. Lots of missiles coming towards these Rubric Marines. With the putrid missiles, it does look like it gives a little gassy effect around, which I imagine is not what the Rubric Marines want to have a sniff of over here. Infernus Dreadnought, armed with its double little claw things. Quite quick considering that it's a Dreadnought. Will charge straight in. Probably going to look to bash these Havoc Marines straight up in cross combat. One slice does half damage to a Plague Marine, so lots of DPS coming from this boy. And the Inferno bolts, have they only got one? Oh, is this one over here? Ah, this one's the one with the 3. There we go. Slowly but surely shunting these guys back. But I suppose if the Plague Marines can keep their Havocs online, they will be able to whittle down this Infernal Dreadnought. But they've got more or less the same movement speed, more or less. I think the Dreadnought's a little bit quicker, in all honesty. So won't be able to bring those missiles to bear. Got a very long setup time as well. As long as they can keep them on the move. And while this is going on and the Dreadnought screening these guys away, these Rubric Marines are able to focus fire on one singular Plague Marine squad. Inferno bolted Rubric Marines now catching up. We'll need to move them a bit forward. Infernus Dreadnought now a bit on its own. Love to retreat home there. If we could survive the barrage of missile fire from those Havocs. No, don't turn around. Don't do it. Don't be a hero. Just go home. Be a family man. There we go. Nice one. Get yourself healed up, Sunshine. That's what we need to see. What's going on the base at the moment? Nothing too funky for the Thousand Suns. Oh dear, oh dear, we've got Hellblade. That's why. So that's what's going on. Okay, so the Thousand Suns, the Death Guard will have to move in force. But I don't know if they need to move all of these guys back. It will leave them a little bit defenseless around the front. Hellblade, ideal against vehicles and buildings, although very, very vulnerable against these Plague Havocs. We do also have a Nurgle Dreadnought as well. But let's have a look at this guy as well while we're here. Very tasty. Love the spinning hands of them. Thousand Suns, Hellfire, Doofer going down. Not sure how much damage it did. It almost got down the Temple of Disease. A bit of a peculiar target. You could have gone for these much more squishier Scourge Generators. A bit of a flutter going on for the Death Guard. 1, 4, 6 and 50 compared to 1, 10 and 48. We'll go for another Hellblade. This thing post over here now finally going to be bashed down. Infernus Dreadnought being repaired. Hellblade having a look at this Nurgle Dreadnought. We'll see if they can send it home. I do apologise if you heard a beep. That was me unplugging my phone. Get text in the middle of the game and they distract me. This Silver Spire, not long for this world, being destroyed in a brilliant blue flame. Well, this Nurgle Dreadnought might actually be taken down if it can't quite path its way past all this infantry. Dear oh dear, that's there we go, those narrow corridors not working in the Death Guard's favour. I do believe it's LaughingMax who did the voice for this Hellblade.
What are we waiting for?
Yeah, good stuff. I might see if I could do some voice acting for some units at some point in the near future. I'm thinking Lamenters. Like if they ever do like Lamenters for this, because I could do quite a sad voice. So I think that would be, if they're ever introduced to the game, that's what I'd go for. Infernus Dreadnought tanking the initial salvo. Do have 2 Havocs on the field now. Same 3,000 Thousand Suns Rubric Marines over yonder. They now all have at least some Inferno bolts. We also have some Warp bolts as well. These Warp bolts will be good against vehicles if they need to. Ruben Marines with their Aspiring Sorcerer firing some eldritch nonsense into the midst of these cultists. Doing a fair bit of damage, mind you. With the Infernum Dreadnought not really getting involved, he just wants to wait for those Havocs to be taken care of. But with those putrid missiles, will destroy a fair number of these guys. I mean, what, that's like a good dozen Ruben Marines have been taken care of. Do have tier 2, I do believe, or tier 3. So yeah, tier 3 going for them. Predator on the field. Also going to go for some more Ruben Marines, so just full-blown mass infantry for both sides, really. Hellblade being shot at by this turret demon. Also the cesspit on the go. So potential big units. We're talking like I think in the cesspit you get your Primarch Mortarion from there. Plague Burst Crawler on the field, artillery unit, great against infantry. It's exactly what the Death Guard want against the massed Rubric Marines of the Thousand Suns. Hellblade firing away at this cultist squad, trying to prevent them from capturing that relic, and they will do so. Poxwalker Slave, unsure of his own footing in this world, won't survive for long in the firing line. Plague Burst Crawler firing away, and I do believe it has like a general, like, there we go, it does like damage over time with its general nastiness, green bits. And it's quite a narrow corridor that they're fighting over here. Area effect damage will benefit the Death Guard in this. Hellblade being used to wonderful effect there. Moving around the sides, doing some flanking manoeuvres, will take down that Plague Burst Catapult. Although Hellblade will be in a precarious situation, we'll have to go home at some point and avoid that turret demon. Altar of Zinch on the way now. Again, some more big units from that place, no doubt. Double Predators moving forward. And this is a lot of vehicles for the Death Guard to deal with, even with their missiles. Will take them a while to knock out a Predator. By then, they'll have lost a fair number of their Plague Marines. Although Dreadnought, not in the best position, could be helping in a multiple pronged assault. But yeah, the sheer amount of DPS that these rubrics are able to put forward, I'm slow but surely willing them down. But the cultists and the Marines seem to be not budging. Seem to be just standing firm. Dreadnought now moving in, looking a little bit worse for wear. Havoc's still not taking out this Predator. There we go, just like they've got a squad wipe for one Death Guard unit. Dreadnought now being taken down. And yeah, dear oh dear, even with the sheer amount of damage that they were bringing to bear there, just a Death Guard, stalwart and stubborn, sitting it out. We now have a Plague Predator on the way. Going to equip itself with some Twin Linked Las Cannons. Will help them destroy these Predators quick, sharpish. Altar of Zinch has been finished. And yeah, just by sheer stubbornness, it looks like the Death Guard are finally going to squeak out their first victory on this channel, I do believe. Which, I mean, it's fairly impressive, to be honest. I mean, there were a significant amount of Rubric Marines, lots and lots of damage coming from those Predators, and the Death Guard like, nah mate, we'll just tank it, we'll just take it on the chin, as it were. And what can the Thousand Suns do from this point? I suppose just try and use their heavy bolters and their pillars, or their silver spires, sorry, to defensive effects. Just try and hold on while they wait for some big units to come out of this occult forge. They have lost their altar there. Anything cool coming out of the cesspit or the Bane pit? Another Plague Burst Catapult. Or crawler, shall we say. Ryndill throws out the GG. And to be fair, I wouldn't say you got wrecked. That's an unfair assessment of your own ability, Ryan. That was a good game. You managed to push them back. It's just how do you kill these unkillable doofers? Ah, and I also forgot that you could summon demons. So yeah, maybe that's the thing. Maybe some demons would have helped you out there. But as long as you understand your mistakes, that's the main thing. We're here to learn, aren't we, boys and girls? Cool, yeah, but I like that game, and very interesting map. I did love this little corridor being used to full effect. Cool, anyway, my name's been Mr. Landshark, pleasure as always, never short. I'll see you in a bit. Peace.